Hey,
Well, hello, this is Cora,
I'm CL,
and we are the Varvells from the holler to the world via the
the river,
river. He's a river rat.
Ohio River Valley, yes.
I'm a hillbilly, he's a river rat. But today is actually for us, it is Halloween Day. And I don't know when you'll be seeing this, it'll be a few days later. But
Probably.
the kids in the neighborhood and people all over are going to celebrate. And we're going to share with you some of our childhood memories. If you stay tuned, watch, as they say, watch to the end of this video for some important, exciting stories.
That's right, that's right.
So we're going to sing a song, and I'll let CL tell you about the song, and then we're going to get right into it.
Well, this is a song that's been around for a long time, and I found it by a number of quartets people, but I also found it by our little buddy Conrad Fisher.
Mm-hmm.
We've done a couple of his. I really enjoy that guy. You could look him up. He's a Christian young man that, from what I've understood, he was raised Mennonite. He has Mennonite carpenter skills. I know that he has a video about that. He built a bridge for a guy. But he is just a really, really enjoyable young man and does mostly Christian stuff. He does a couple of other country tunes. He's been to Nashville. He's had a song recorded by the Oak Ridge Boys.
Nice. More of a songwriter, maybe?
I think he's a songwriter, but I enjoy him singing, and he seems to play. Well, I know he plays guitar, bass, harmonica, mandolin, drums, a bunch of stuff. But this one's called
What a Beautiful Day.
I think that's the name of it. What a Beautiful Day for the Lord to Come Again. As I wake up with the morning of each day that passes by, and I listen to the sound upon my ears, I can't help but keep my watch toward the eastern sky, and I wonder if the trumpet will be the next sound that I hear. What a beautiful day for the Lord to come again. What a beautiful day for Him to take His children home. How I long to see His face and to touch His nail-scarred hands. What a beautiful day for the Lord to come again. All my earthly disappointments and my troubles here below fade away when I remember His last words. He said that He would come again someday and take His children home, and I'm longing just to look upon the face of my Lord. What a beautiful day for the Lord to come again. What a beautiful day for Him to take His children home. How I long to see His face and to touch His nail-scarred hands. What a beautiful day for the Lord to come again. What a beautiful day for the Lord to come again. What a beautiful day for Him to take His children home. How I long to see His face and to touch His nail-scarred hands. What a beautiful day for the Lord to come again. It is a beautiful day.
Amen.
It's about 65 degrees. The sun is shining, and it's a beautiful day for the Lord to come again.
October 31st.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is November 1st, and then the time change, which probably will have happened by the time you see this video. We change and it gets dark so early. We both are pro morning dark and afternoon sunshine. But
I get up when it's dark anyway.
well, for school kids and all, catching the bus, I think, is probably supposed to be the theory behind the time change, so they don't have to get out in the pitch dark. But in the wintertime around here, when it gets dark at 4:30 or 5 in the afternoon, it's just
for about
terrible.
3 weeks, it's 4:30.
Yeah, it is just, and we drive to church at night in the pitch dark. And
We live right on the coast, so the sun comes up early
Yeah.
here and goes down earlier, even during daylight savings. Because
Yeah.
we lived in Hicksville, Ohio, right on the Indiana border. We were in Eastern, drive 20 miles, you're in Central.
Mm-hmm.
So we would, it could be daylight at 10:30 at night. It was still daylight. Now, the sun wasn't shining, but it was daylight.
remember, we had a lot of farmers, and if you remember, we had to, we didn't have Wednesday night church, we had Thursday night church.
Yeah.
And we had to start it at 8 o'clock in the summer because the farmers had to milk the cows.
Right.
And with the time change,
Cows don't do cow change.
cows came
Cows
into
don't
the
do cow
barn
change.
and wanted, it sounds like a dance. The cows would come to the barn, want to be milked, but the farmers didn't have time to get it done and get to church. So we started at 8 o'clock,
Yeah.
and it was still daylight. So
Oh, yeah.
it was pretty fun.
Well, it's daylight till, like I say, 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
It could be daylight, yeah.
Okay, as promised, I'll tell you one story, and then I'll let Seal tell you a story.
I'm not much of a storyteller, but you are.
Well, we're
You're
going
a
to tell how
storyteller.
Halloween was when we were kids.
Yeah.
When I was a little kid and we lived in the holler, our neighbors were not close, and we couldn't do trick-or-treating like kids that live in town. And some years we didn't go out at all because it'd be dark, and my mom didn't want us to be out and go into people's houses in the dark. And plus, it was a long way in between houses, so you were just out there walking in the dark. But one year she went with us, and she let us take a sheet. She had some old sheets, and she let us cut holes in them and put eye holes, and we could put them over our heads. And we probably begged and begged till she let us do it. But anyway, we cut eye holes and went up to our Aunt Monty's house. She just was the next house up the road. And we did some trick-or-treat, and she gave us some cookies, I think, or something. It wasn't like a traditional trick-or-treat. But we thought it was a grand time. But every year in the fall, on Halloween and other occasions, she would make popcorn balls. And I know most of you know what those are. You pop the popcorn and you boil this syrup with molasses and a different recipe. And then you put the popcorn in there and you stir it around. And before it gets hard, you shape it into a ball. And you have your popcorn ball. So she would make those for us. And my dad would make pulled taffy, which is a syrup mixture, white corn syrup and sugar and whatever else they put in there, vanilla maybe, and boil it until it became stringy. And then he would have to stretch it by hand and keep stretching it. It would come out like a beige color, like brown sugar, like a beige color. And he would just have to keep, when it cooled a little bit, keep pulling it like that, doubling up and pulling it and doubling up and pulling it and doubling up until it became really white, like the sugar would become white. And then he would stretch it out on the table and chop it into bite-sized pieces. And then it was a hard candy.
It would get hard, like
yeah,
hard candy?
hard candy that you would suck on.
Oh.
And so he would make that for us. That was his job because you had to pull and pull and pull. It would take a long time, but it would change from being a beige color to a white color.
Yeah.
And there's probably a recipe out there online for pulled taffy. But we always had that, and my mom would make fudge and sometimes put walnuts in it, sometimes not. And we would eat until, we'd be pretty sick.
I've had hard candy that was wide and
This was
that's
little
what that was.
bite-sized pieces, but it tastes like Werther's. It had the flavor of Werther's.
Man,
Yeah.
that would be so good.
It had the flavor of Werther's hard candy, but it was like it would turn snow white. And we would just sit and watch him pull that and couldn't
That was
hardly
very cool.
wait until it was done. So we had our celebrations in our own way. And it was a lot of fun and a lot of memories. And some of those traditions are gone. When our kids were little, we didn't really want them to do trick-or-treat. So when the early stages, we took them to McDonald's, and then we'd go to, I think it was Rinks. It was like a little Walmart. I think it was called Rinks in Ohio. And we'd go buy candy, go to McDonald's and eat. And so they'd have something, but we didn't. We lived on just one row of houses. So there really wasn't that much of a place to go trick-or-treating. But that's some of my stories. So I'm going to let Seal tell you one. And then we got another great song. So stay tuned.
My turn.
Yeah, what was yours like when you were a little boy?
Just as my dad did a little cooking too. My dad would make refried beans, I think he learned how to do that in the Navy, and I don't know why or how he was not a cook. He was a gunner, or he set out a machine gun, but on the ship. But he made refried beans.
That's unusual for Kentucky.
Yeah, and we I don't know that my mom had ever heard of that, but she would boil, or she'd make the brown beans, and he would just scoop them into a iron skillet, and it was very good. But for Halloween, my dad was a big Halloween man, and I don't know exactly why. He enjoyed the theatrics of it. He would make us up. He would go buy this oil makeup stuff,
Face paint.
Yeah, face paint. And he would paint us up, and costumes. I know one year he put us in a suit that he had or something. It was way too big, but he did sticks in the shoulders, and I mean, he just really loved that. So we would go out into the neighborhood. We lived
in a pretty good town.
Neighborhood called Eastland, which was a neighborhood of Maysville, and there were, well, my goodness,
lots of houses.
Center Street, Tyler Street, over to
Clark Street.
Yeah, I went on past that, but that was our neighborhood. It was like we're actually from Pelham to Clark. Was our neighborhood, and we would go up and down those streets. Ronnie and I would take off, and we'd meet up with maybe Vernon and Ricky, our cousins, or some friends, and we'd go up and down the street, and we'd eat all this candy, and then we'd go home and dump it all, as I remember, possibly on the table, but I was thinking it was in the floor.
Probably in the floor.
Just dumped out these big, huge grocery bags full of candy. And then we pick out what we liked, and of course we let Mom and Dad pick out what they liked, because we didn't like the same thing, obviously.
I like a bit of honey.
And the people that gave us candied apples, we talked about, not in a good way.
Didn't want those old candy apples.
No, we didn't want apples, and we didn't want. Some people just gave you a piece of fruit.
That would be nice.
That was the right thing to do, but we wanted candy. We wanted Snickers. We wanted Snickers bars.
You have people give you full-size candies?
Oh yeah.
Those are treats when you get a full-size candy.
Yeah, they and I think they would probably run out early. So you get to after a year or two, you know who would do that.
Whose house to go to first?
Yeah, you get to their house, and then you add the little candy on top of that.
Well, we hope that you celebrate. Halloween has a bad rap. We don't want to celebrate the evil enemy of our soul, but we want to celebrate the goodness of God. And kids have a little pleasure, and if you teach them right, they can do a little celebrating and not necessarily be bound to the devil for one day a year. But we've kind of lessened our stance on being so negative toward it. We had a big party at the church, a big trunk or treat, and it was so much fun. And so many people came out, and it was misty, like little teeny misty rain, but people came out anyway, and everybody had a good time.
Well, it was well attended.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow is All Saints Day.
Yeah.
And somehow I don't know how it actually got started. I studied it in college, but I don't really remember all about it. But they thought the evil spirits would come out the evening before All Saints Day and get you to be evil. And so then they would dress up like many of the tribes in South America and Africa, I guess still yet do, paint themselves up and try to ward off evil spirits. And so the dressing up for Halloween was really birthed out of that, trying to ward off evil spirits. Well, there's one spirit that wards off evil spirits.
Oh, I found out today, the 31st also is the anniversary of the Reformation Day when they nailed the thesis to the wall. Today
Martin Luther on Halloween nailed.
Today is a thesis. They call it Reformation Day. Yeah, if you don't know what that is, which I barely do, look it up. Reformation Day. It's a good thing for us. All right, what's this next song?
Yes.
Yeah, if you're Protestant. What's this next song going to be?
This one is, especially for all the older people.
Oh, you got to tell my mistake. This one, Dootsie?
No, but her name is Dootsie, but she didn't do this one.
Oh, okay.
She did the one we did yesterday or the day before, one of those.
Oh, yeah, you're right. And I said it was Doostie, and it's
this one I think was really probably most known to be sung by Jimmy Swaggart.
I think so.
But there are a lot of people who have done this, and
We hope you like it. And please like and subscribe. We love you.
life has been so good, I can't complain. When I'm down, God gives me strength to rise again. But I'm weary from the struggle of it all. So I listen, how I listen for His call. Heaven sounding sweeter all the time. Seems like lately it's always on my mind. Someday I'll leave this world behind. Heaven sounding sweeter all the time. It's hard to lose a loved one to the grave, but we have the blessed hope that Jesus gave. God's gonna wipe every tear from our eyes when we meet Him in that land beyond the sky. Heaven sounding sweeter all the time. Seems like lately it's always on my mind. Someday I'll leave this world behind. Heaven sounding sweeter all the time. Heaven sounding sweeter all the time. Seems like lately it's always on my mind. Someday I'll leave this world behind. Heaven sounding sweeter all the time. Amen.
Heaven's sweeter than candy.
It's the sweetest thing. And we just, like I say, we have it so good here, especially in America. It's just difficult to understand or even to believe how wonderful heaven's going to be.
Yeah. I mean, like, you want to take me away from my nice, cushy, air-conditioned house and my loved ones and my friends and my grandkids, and you want me to go ahead and
see your grandparents and your parents and the people that are...
But we long to see our Savior most of all.
Yes.
We long to see Jesus for what He's done for us. And He set us free and to live in a place where there's no more sin and no more death.
Long to see His face and to touch His nail-scarred hands.
That is going to be a sweet, sweet day. We love you guys and appreciate you.
Yes, we do.
Come back and we'll have something new and some new old-time Appalachian stories.
Y'all come back now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.